What's up guys, Bomboy here, and welcome to another episode of the Road to Raids. This time, it's been a couple of weeks actually, it feels like ages, so I'm glad to be back with this video, and yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to it, and I hope you enjoy it. So the bulk of this video is actually just a crafting grind. I have done my best to make it interesting, and there's a few little bits dotted in there to kind of make a bit of different content, but yeah, primarily this is just a grind. So let me get straight into it. We are crafting gold braces here, and while some of you might think I'm a lunatic for trying to grind from 90 to 93 crafting with gold braces, yeah, I just felt that I had 40,000 gold bars lying around, and so whenever I needed to AFK something, there's 91 by the way, yeah, but whenever I needed to AFK something, gold bars came in quite handy, because they are crafting XP, and it's in the bank, and I don't have to fight with other players at charters and stuff like that. So, yeah, and then others might think, you know, why aren't you doing amulets? Because the gold amulets actually give you 30 XP, so that would have been quite a few thousand less gold braces I would have had to have made. But the thing is, with those, the out price is so much lower. Like the gold braces out for 310, and the gold amulets without stringing them go out for about 240, which is, you know, roughly what you buy a nature rune for. So I wasn't really very interested in making the ones that are gonna out for basically breaking even. So these ones seem like the better option. And yeah, it's as I'm saying there in the chat, is about 24.5k braces till the next level, and that's where I was realizing actually this isn't going to work. Like, for the amount of time I've got after work now, I needed to do a faster method. But anyway, let's get on to some raids basically. So yeah, this is a little trio here with DIY Mary J, who recently, as you may know already from the last video, got his Infernal Cape, and then we've got Kabumi here, who's another accomplished raider, and we're just about to finish off this raid. And honestly, this was 2 weeks ago now, so I couldn't remember what it is, but there we go, 55, and I got 28% of the points. So yeah, between these two, like DIY Mary with that T-bow just gets crazy points. But those came in handy. That was quite a lot of extra crafting XP, and I was very thankful for it because I had already started the crafting grind. But I found it hard to resist. You know, when there was like 2 weeks to get the level, I was still able to be tempted away. But anyway, here we go. We got another one straight after raid 56. I did even worse on the points, and we got nothing still. So yeah, in terms of raid loot, that was kind of really. We're still looking for anything unique other than the torn prayer scrolls. So yeah. We'll move back onto crafting. So last week I mentioned that I might be using saving my rubies and my diamonds for crafting XP, for making diamond bolts and all that kind of thing, specifically the bolt tips. And I wasn't sure whether it was crafting or fletching XP. As you can see here, I discovered that it is fletching XP, and I promptly stopped. I still have all the rubies and the diamonds that I was saving for this, so that's 1,000 of each. But I want to think about it a bit more. I don't know, like that's obviously 1,000 rubies is going to generate quite a lot of tips, and I'm not sure I'm actually ever going to need that many. And so I was thinking I'd make like 1,000 bolts as I go kind of thing, especially considering there are dragon bolts now, which are, you know, probably more useful for me to make the tips for. So yeah, I'm keeping it. I'll wait and think about it. But anyway, here's an elite casket that I got from Barrows, and I was doing 10 chests because it was Manked Up Major's birthday the other day, and he was just doing a bit of PVM content on his Hardcore Iron Man, you know, to mix things up a bit. And so I went along, did 10 chests basically to see if I could get that Darrox plate. But we got this elite. Unfortunately, the clip was shocking. It was I don't know what was up with my PC at the time. But we got a Zamorak page 4 and a master clue scroll there. So it was, you know, it's an interesting one. Sadly, the master clue needs me to mine runite ore, and whilst I can boost to that with the spices, I'm not really that worried about it right now. That Zami page 4 is also a unique, but I have already filled the Zami books, so, you know, they're kind of bank fillers right now, but I really like the pages, and I like the value that they add to the bank as well, so you can't go wrong there. So this is the bit where I had a realization, where I'd made it to kind of like week 1 had passed me by. I think this was Friday of week 1 of this like last 2 weeks, and I realised that I was so far off getting to 93 crafting that I kind of thought either I needed to do some very interesting PVM content and hope for a ridiculous drop to try and kind of make a video last week, and then I would have to hope for that to happen in the space of about 6 hours of gameplay if I was lucky. So yeah, that wasn't going to happen. So what I ended up doing was, what other people have recommended is hold out and wait 2 weeks maybe and make sure that the videos are kind of longer and more full. So yeah, that's what we've done here. And I had a bunch of seaweed in the bank, so I crafted that all into molten glass, and then crafted them into goblin light orbs, because they're 70 XP per. So that was kind of nice for a little while, but I ran out of those eventually, and obviously I'm trying to avoid charters here, so I'm trying to get all the crafting XP from my bank. So yeah, I have given up on the gold braces, except for when I was trying to AFK, and we're spinning flax with mage right now, and I believe it's about 78k XP an hour, but honestly I'm not sure about that after doing it. It seems rather slow, and I don't know whether that's just because it's incredibly tedious clicking 5 times, but yeah, it seems slow. Anyway, I was getting desperate for some progress, and I really wanted to prove to myself that I could get to 93 before this video needed to be up. So I started using all the high XP items in the bank. So these battle staff, whatever, the tops, they are actually from lots of PVM. They're actually from Sire and Serb. And so yeah, they actually provided a lot of XP, and I got a bit excited because I had 1,500, and I thought that was going to give me around 180k XP, because I was going on the XP rate of air orbs, which is the last kind of battle staves that I crafted. And the air orbs, as you can see, give 113 XP, and in the next clip you'll see fire orbs give 125. There it is, very well timed. And yeah, it's a lot less than the air orbs, so I was kind of a bit let down by how much XP I got out of those, but they will obviously alch for quite a sizable chunk of change, when I get around to doing some more alch agility, which won't be for a long time. So, maybe I'm starting a 1 bill alch tab now. Let's see what happens with that, but it's a long way off, so yeah, don't get too excited about that. Some of you may also have spotted that I still have 38,000 flax there. Yeah, it's because I was trying to get the faster XP and get the motivation to get to 93 for you and for me, so that I could get back to PVMing. So they will be being used up later on anyway. And now we want to tan all the hides that I got from last week's Vorkath task. So there's quite a lot of hides. I spent a bit of time getting them all tanned, and then you can see there's 710 blue D hides there, which are quite phenomenal for XP when you think about it from one Slayer task. And yeah, so we got these all tanned, and we'll move on to getting them all kind of crafted. So now that they're all tanned, here I am crafting some of the blue D hide bodies. And yeah, we've used up quite a few of them already, and these are obviously going to alch for a few mil for all of these bodies, so that's going to be nice alchs as well. But there's 92 crafting finally, and so I managed to do a massive chunk of 91 to 92 in one evening. I managed to get a bit of time, but I can actually craft Zenite necklaces, which is the what is it? The necklace of anguish, without boosting now. So that's kind of nice, just to think I was grinding to boost to those just not so long ago, and now I'm able to do it without boosting. Anyway, I'd done a bit more spin flax, and I needed a lot more nature runes. This is actually, I don't know how I didn't get a clip of it, but I was doing charters, and I don't know if this was wrong or not, but what I was doing at the charters was buying, the sand and the soda ash like any normal, person would. But instead of making lantern lenses, I was making the goblin light orbs, because they're actually 15 more XP per, and then I was just shift click dropping them and then hopping, and then so it costs more. I think you actually make money making lantern lenses, but it's pathetic money, so why worry? And it's very cheap to do, to buy those resources, so I didn't really care about dropping the goblin lantern kind of orb thing. But yeah, the XP seemed to fly up when I wasn't competing with many Iron Men. The XP was going really well doing the charters actually, so yeah, I did quite a lot of that to boost right through 92 to 93. But anyway, it got really busy, and I was like 14% from 93 now. So I went straight to here, and after I bought the nuts, I just started spinning flax. And you can see I'm down to 23,000-ish there. So I've got quite a few bowstrings to put onto logs at some point. But honestly, like, I'm not really going to woodshop magics for any reason anymore. So they'll be purely from PVM drops there. You can see I've got about 5k of them. That's quite a lot of money. And I've got like 1k U's as well. Again, I'm not really going to chop them, but I will have to kill mole again in the future. So that will probably go up, but not by a huge amount. So yeah, there's 93 crafting. And we can finally work on getting the boost to get the kind of, get the gem made into the torture. And yeah, be done with this whole grind and get back to PVM, which is, you know, I'm missing it. I'm missing it so much. I'm missing raiding, you know, that chance of getting an item and having to be kind of communicative with a team and just be good at what you do. I'm missing that. I'm also missing just training Slayer. I'm only 2 levels off 99, and it's actually something I don't think I've achieved before. I might have managed it in RS3, but honestly I can't remember, and even if I did, I don't care now. So yeah, I'll be really glad to get back to that. Anyway, I need to buy an Onyx now, and this is the 5th time I'm doing this on this account. And just to reiterate the point again, I do this in every video I do this, but you need to go back into the normal fixed screen mode to get this right click where you can sell 50 like this. And in total, this took me about 3.5 minutes, and I've sped it up here to the maximum that like my video editing software will allow me to speed it up, without having to render it again and then speed it up again and so on and so forth. And yeah, you can see it's very, very quick to get 260k toggle. You can just see by the chat, you know, how little it's moved. And yeah, I've got kind of 260k done. So yeah, here we go. We're going to buy the Onyx. Luckily it was there. And oh yeah, buy it. Yeah, there you go. Bought it. And we've rinsed our Chaos Runes. So I'm going to probably do some more barrows. I don't really like paying for Chaos Runes because you get them from quite a lot of monsters. But here we are, again, not having to boost to do this anymore. Boom, we've made the Unkite Zenite. I really like that you don't have to boost for like specific sections of it now, so I don't have to maybe boost once or twice kind of thing to get it done. Now, as you can see, I've used a lot of orange spices and stews here. This is actually the 2nd inventory as well. Of stews at least, and so yeah, we're holding out, but let's see what happens with this one. There we go, 95 crafting. Yep, let's try another one. And some of you might notice a glaring error in my inventory. I guess we'll all see it now. So why is it trying to get me to smith bars? Use the gem on it. Does that work? No, nothing interesting happens. What's wrong? What's wrong? I'm on a time limit. But yeah, I forgot the gold bar. I soon worked it out. Put the preserve on, just in case. I knew I had about 45 seconds left anyway, kind of when I started. So, you know, at worst, I'd get this done with like 12 seconds left. But yeah, there we go. So we've made the kind of amulet bit of it, and then we attached the string. And yeah, that's the amulet. So I just need to enchant it now, which is 20 bloods and 20 soul runes and 1 cosmic rune. Totally worth it. And yeah, then we'll finally have the Amulet of Torture, which took me 2 weeks of grind. And admittedly, if I didn't have a job again, that would have taken me a matter of, you know, 4 or 5 days, depending on motivation. But yeah, trying to fit it into evenings after work with, you know, other things going on, it's being summer and, you know, a girlfriend, it takes a long time to kind of fit these hours in between all of that. But yeah, you can see here the Amulet of Torture on its own with amazing stats. So yeah, I'm really pleased, and we're really close to max melee, except I still need an Inferno Cape, I still need a Berserker Ring, and to be honest, now there's the Grazi Rapier and the Avernic Hilt or whatever, you know, there's a long way to go. But anyway, I thought I was going to continue doing Demonic Gorillas, but honestly, I just couldn't be bothered. They take quite a while to do, and although I do enjoy them, I want to move forward with Slayer quite rapidly now and train my combat stats again so that I'm a bit more maxed out and, again, more competitive for raids. So we completed that Black Demon task on Black Demons. I'm not over 2,000 Demonic Gorilla kills, so that's fine. And as I was just getting a new task, there was a cheeky magpie here, so I caught him for 4 Ring of Lives. So let's see what task we got. It's Abyssal Demons, and yeah, that's always a good one. I need more whips. I'm sitting on, I think, 2 or 3 at the moment, and obviously they're going to go down with tentacle whips. But, as you can see, when we go back to the PVM, the money comes rolling in. So yeah, an Abyssal Whip really early on in the task. Soon after, we had an elite clue in the inventory actually, and then we got a hard clue right after. So I'm going to leave those clues for next week so that you've got some kind of, what do they call it, content to look forward to. And yeah, that's it for this week's video. So we've made a nice little upgrade. It's taken quite a lot of time. But with PVM content being the kind of thing, hopefully I should quite easily be able to get a video out for you next week instead of a 2-week video. So I will be trying to do that. And yeah, just look forward to these clue scroll loots. So as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, if you stuck around this long, thank you very much. And you know, if you do want to see more, feel free to subscribe. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down, but let me know why, and I'll try and improve for you guys. So yeah, I'll see you on RuneScape. Take it easy. Peace.